Hello, this is RobotnikIsSexy. And I'm fighting this guy. And, it was in this group. It wasn't the Ultimate League. It was, what is it? Let's see. No. Let me see if I can find it. Divinity League, that was the one that I fought this guy in. Yeah, so as you can see, his team is pretty threatening looking. He's got the Flygon, the Raikou, the Suicune, the Registeel. He's got a Machamp. So, yeah, his team is pretty scary looking, and I'm just using my team that is my team that I use, except, this is my first time using Azumarill with the team, and let me tell you what, that thing is so good. Oh, also this match is like, wow. This is a WoW match, so if you're watching this, you're gonna see a good match, and you're going to enjoy yourself, because it's legit good. I'm not even being silly right now. So I'm taking forever to pick my Pokemon, and yeah, we're gonna finally start here. And I'll have to find his name in the chat, because he had this really hilariously long name that really didn't make sense, and I thought it was funny. But he's called Hideki right here. And he's going to lead with his Moltres, which is nicknamed Baby, because it's his baby, I guess. And I'm going to lead predicting. I was actually predicting Registeel lead, I think. But at any rate, I knew Azumarill was pretty much the lead to go to. I'm going to use that Choice Band Waterfall, and it's going to do about a quarter to Suicune, which is pretty good damage, but it's not going to be enough, so I'm not going to want to stay in, and Suicune is definitely going to set up on me. So I'm going to go into Dusclops here, but he's going to go for the Hidden Power, which is weird. It's really weird. And it's probably Hidden Power Grass or Ice, and doesn't do anything to Dusclops. He's going to switch out, go back into Moltres, and I'm going to lay down that Curse, because that's all I do with Zoidberg, and gonna be put in that yellow zone, but because I am special defense bulky and I have the Eviolite, I know I can take one more hit, and thankfully I do not get flinched by the Air Slash, so I get to get off that Pain Split, which means his Moltres is nearly dead with Pain Split and Curse, but he's not dead yet, which is kind of a problem. So he's either going to stay in, try to kill me, and die, or switch out. So I know he's going to switch, so I switch too, and go into Azumarill. But he doesn't switch, which is really weird. I probably should have gone for a Nightshade, I guess, but whatever, it works out. I am definitely going to predict his switch right now, and use Superpower. Because. And even if he stays in, he'll die to Curse. So, yeah, and if he keeps using Roost, Superpower will do normal damage as well, so it's like pretty good. He's going to switch into a Suicune, which is almost going to get KO'd by the Superpower because it was damaged before by something. Yeah, so he's probably going to he could have Death Foddered out Suicune, but instead he's going to go back into Moltres, which is a pretty good move, because my attack is lowered, because Superpower does that. So because my attack was lowered, Moltres is going to live with a smidgen. It's kind of a fat smidgen, but, you know, it's low red, really low red, so that's kind of a pain. So now he's probably going to use Roost, so that gives me pretty much a good time to switch into the Rotom Heat, so I can Volt Switch, but I'm going to predict his switch and use Overheat, because Specs Overheat does so much damage that even though Moltres resists it, I think it would probably kill him at this range of health. So I'm going to go for that, and he's going to withdraw Baby, and going to Ferris, which is his Flygon, who is not going to take that well. Even though he resists it, it almost kills him, which is really funny. So he's at really low yellow, and now I can just pivot into any defensive Pokemon I want, and yeah, but I'm not going to do that actually. I'm going to stay in and go for another Overheat, I kind of was thinking he would go in, or stay in, and use Outrage, and I just wanted to kill him, because Flygon is really threatening. But he's gonna U-turn into his Moltres, which is what he keeps doing. And, yeah, Moltres in a Stealth Rock-free environment is actually pretty darn bulky. You can take those hits really nicely. So I'm gonna switch out Fireman and go back into, you know, Azumarill. And now Suicune is damaged so much that I can go for the Waterfall and it will kill him. So I know I'm pretty much in a win-win situation, which is really great for me. So I'm going to go for that Waterfall. Going to go into Bullet Bill, which is his Registeel. With the leftovers, he has over half his health, but I'm going to hit him with another Waterfall, and I'm going to get that flinch, that advantageous flinch. So now his Registeel is basically dead, just because he switched into Azumarill, which, you know, is pretty believable, because Azumarill is insane. So he's going to do a really weird thing. Instead of foddering out his guy, he's going to keep switching, which is really dumb. And he's going to switch into Flygon, which is like, why? Because Flygon can still operate really well on low health, and Registeel can't, because he's like a defensive wall with the status and the Stealth Rocks and all that stuff. So that's generally a misplay, I would say. So he's gonna go into Machamp on his free switch because I killed his dude. I'm gonna switch out Azumarill and go into Zoidberg the Dusclops, and he's gonna use Substitute on my switch, which is interesting. I was thinking he would definitely go for Dynamic Punch, but he's showing me Substitute, which means he might have Focus Punch. He's going to go for the payback, and it's not going to kill me, and I'm going to kill myself with Curse. So he's behind a sub while being cursed, and it's pretty funny, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Swellow, and I'm going to use Protect on him. So he's just going to sit there taking curse damage, which is really, really funny. And yeah, I'm going to go into Birdemic, which is a horrible movie, and I am going to protect Troll him, because, yeah, he can only stay in for like 3 or 2 more turns before he dies, so I'm really putting on the pressure for him to switch out. Yeah, and I also get my Toxic Orb up. I'm pretty sure he does not have Bullet Punch since he has Substitute, so I'm going to go for that U-turn, and it's not going to break the sub, obviously, because he resisted, and I'm going to go into Hitmontop, and I was thinking the Intimidate would hit through Substitute, but it doesn't, and I'm not sure if that's a change in 5th gen or not. I think in 4th gen Intimidate hit through subs, but yeah, I think Substitutes just got buffed a lot in 5th gen because Life Orb damage happens. But I can still take the Dynamic Punch really well, because I have max defense and HP and stuff, so he is going to switch out Machamp now, not wanting it to die. He doesn't want any of his Pokemon to die, which is a really big problem. Like, he needs to decide that one of his Pokemon should die, and then he'll come out on top, basically, because he'll get that free switch. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm going to hit myself in Confusion, because Hitmontop is stupid, and he's going to go back into this thing. I'm going to Death Fodder Hitmontop because I really don't need him at all. Looking at my little piece of paper with his team on it. Oh, I'm not going to Death Fodder Hitmontop. I'm going to go into Azumarill, which is honestly kind of weird. I shouldn't have done that, really, because he could have, I don't know. Well, I'm going to take the Air Slash, not well at all, but I am going to kill him with the Aqua Jet, which is really cool. Banded Aqua Jet. So now that Moltres is out of my hair, and it was really great because he kept switching to it, and he kept healing with the Roost, and it was really annoying. So now his team is basically unraveling. I'm going to predict his Rest attack with his Suicune, but he's not going to do it. I guess because he has Hidden Power, that means he's like offensive Suicune, which is weird. I don't really know why a Suicune wouldn't have Rest. It just seems foreign and odd to me. So I'm going to predict the rest, switch into to Rotom H, the Fireman, and he's just going to one-hit KO me with Surf, which is, you know, fine. Rotom wasn't doing anything anyway. So now I can come in with Birdemic and go for the Trollish sweep. And yeah, Swellow just operates so well in underuse because there is a general real lack of priority attacks, I found. He's going to go into Registeel, going to kill it with Visade. Really don't know why he keeps switching out his Pokemon. It's weird. He's going to go into Raikou, and this is the most satisfying moment you can have in Pokemon, I think. I'm going to outspeed him and one-hit KO with the Visade, and he is going to get mad and turn his game off, which is really funny. So, yeah, I guess if you fight this guy, no, he might rage quit on you. So, yeah, just a general warning. This we had 21 minutes of gameplay before this, so it's definitely an intentional disconnect. So, yeah, it's kind of a shame, but at the same time, I was just gonna sweep him with Swellow, so the game was already over. But yeah, I found that match to be very enjoyable and good, and I will see you later, YouTube.